So hi guys, and I'm Retro Critic here. And today I'll be reviewing and talking about Season 8 of Tom's Taken. And today I'll be reviewing and talking about Season 8 of Tom's Taken. So, Season 8, oh boy, okay. So this is where Hit Entertainment, Glenn is no more, Agball left the series, it's Michael and Michael. This is where Hit Entertainment officially produced this season, and it was directed by, David Min left, Steve quit, and there's new, so Season 8 was interesting because Hit Entertainment officially produced this season. Glenn Entertainment was no more, and then became Hit Entertainment. Alec Baldwin left the series, and then Michael Angelis and Michael Brandon later on became replacements as like the new narrator, then became the new narrator of the series. I'll go on and on. And then Mike and Jr. left. So then Mike and Jr. So Mike and Jr. was replaced by, let me just look this up, William O'Ryan, Lucas Wallen, Liam Mullen, and William Malmquist, and Ryan O'Neal. Okay. And they did an okay job in this season. As much as I like Mike and Jr., Ryan O'Neal and Lucas Wallen were pretty decent in this season. Like, as much as like Mike and Jr., Ryan O'Neal and Lucas Wallen and Mike and Liam were decent in this season. Yeah, Malmquist, okay, these are weird names, I'm sorry. So yeah, Lucas Wallen, Liam Malmquist, and Ryan O'Neal were actually decent in this season. They were decent in this season, Mike. Now in Season 8, David Min left as director from Season 7, so he's no longer, so he kind of left the show from Season 7. So he kind of left as director from Season 7. So he kind of left the series from Season 7. But he did still stay on from Season 8 just to help out. So that was cool, nice. But other than that, and then he really left after. But then other than that, that's pretty much it. Yeah, David Min as director was replaced by Steve Adquish, who became the new director of the series. Yeah, so David Min was replaced by Steve Asquish, who basically became the new director of the series. And he actually had experience on the show. He actually worked on the show before, by the way. So he actually had some experience, and he actually, kind of worked on the show prior. So that's kind of cool. So it's actually kind of good to know that. And I don't have much to say about this season. I this is the last time I tolerate Tom's Taken. Afterwards, it became worse. See, I'm not gonna... This is the last time the show was decent. There's a few episodes I liked. I liked the Edward the Great episode, where Edward races gets special. That was good. I liked Percy and the Red Carpet. That was a fun one. The Tom's Diesel episode was good. So I do like... Now, in Season 8, I do like the episode It's Great to Be an Engine. I do like the Great to Be an Engine VHS and the Thomas vs. Diesel VHS. That was good. I do like episodes like the Henry one, Henry and the Tree was alright. I do like that episode. The Thomas vs. Diesel episode was alright. In Season 8, there's VHS tapes there was It's Great to Be an Engine VHS tape that I watched. There was the Steamies vs. Diesels episode VHS tape I watched. So that was good. So that's kind of where I grew up on that. So, look, and you get stuff like that, and get many more like that. But, look, in terms of episode, okay, so narration, I give this season a 6 out of 10. It was alright. Maybe a 5 out of 10. And I don't prefer, same thing, same how I feel. Well, I mean, yeah. So, I do like episodes, now in terms of episodes, what episodes like, I do like episodes like Percy and the Red Carpet and Edward the Great. Now, I do like episodes like Percy and the Red Carpet, which that's a guilty pleasure. I have fun with Percy and the Red Carpet, where it's like Percy chasing a red carpet, a magic red carpet. I have a guilty pleasure watching that one. Yeah, really weird, fun episode. And I also like the episode Edward the Great, where in that episode, it's where Edward races against Spencer. Really great episode, really good episode. Yeah, really good episode. Really like that episode. So, that's kind of all I gotta say. That's kind of the only good things I have to say about this season. That's kind of it. Like I said, the music was alright. The narrators, okay, let's get this over with. The narrators were okay. You know how I feel about both of them. I kind of prefer Michael Angelis. Let's get the narrators over with. No, you kind of know how I feel about both of them. It's the same as always. Look, Angelis got even worse here. Oh my god. Now, Angelis was terrible this season. Angelis got even worse in this season, okay? Oh my god. He gets even more worse than here. He was alright here. Now, Brandon was horrible by comparison, but he was still, I prefer him this season. Both terrible, they are, yeah. Look, Angelis and Brandon was alright in this season, but he was terrible. Angelis was alright, but he was terrible. Brandon was terrible in this season, but he was alright in this season too. But Brandon was also alright in this season too. So the winner is, yeah, I do prefer Brandon in this season. So there's that. But he was terrible. So Angelis was still terrible in this season, but Angelis was also alright in this season. But it gets worse later on. But it gets worse in later seasons. But Brandon was also terrible. I can't stand him. They're all terrible. He gets worse in later seasons. Brandon was also terrible in this season. They all get worse. They get worse in every season. So I'm going to do a voice narrator comparison between Michael Angelis and Michael Brandon, and I'm going to compare and contrast the voice narrators of Michael Angelis and Michael Brandon, and so here we go.
But when Gordon passed Edward and saw how hard he was trying, he felt bad about what he had said. "Well done, Edward," he called. "You are a credit to the railway." Edward was so happy his boiler tingled. He found puff he never knew he had.
But when Gordon passed Edward and saw how hard he was trying, he felt bad about what he had said. "Well done, Edward," he called. "You are a credit to the railway." Edward was so happy his boiler tingled. He found puff he never knew he had.
And even though the Fat Controller had said the carpet wasn't magic, Percy and Gordon were not so sure.
And even though Sir Topham Hatt had said the carpet wasn't magic, Percy and Gordon were not so sure.
Now that was my voice narrator comparison between Michael Angelis and Michael Brandon, and that was my compare and contrast of the voice narrators between Michael Angelis and Michael Brandon. And I'm just going to say the winner right off the bat here. Michael Brandon is the winner for best narrator of this season here, okay? Because, first of all, Michael Angelis is definitely a step down quality this season. He's even more of a step down quality in this season, Michael Angelis. And he's somewhat horrible in this season, Michael Angelis is somewhat horrible in this season, but he's really not that good. In fact, he's actually kind of he's actually really bad in this season. Michael Brandon, on the other hand, is also really terrible, but he's actually definitely the lesser of two evils of this season. So Michael Brandon is really terrible this season, but he's actually kind of decent in this season, Michael Brandon. So Michael Brandon was like somewhat okay in this season, but so in the end of the day, I prefer Michael Brandon more than Michael Angelis. So that's why I choose Michael Brandon as best narrator of this season. But look, moving on from that, that's all I gotta say about that. Look, so overall, I give season 8 of Tom's Tank Engine a 6 out of 10, no, 5, maybe 7. But look, overall, in the end of the day, I give season 8 of Tom's Tank Engine a 6 out of 10. Actually, no, wait, I actually might give it a 5 out of 10. Okay, fine, screw it. Okay, yeah, alright, fine. Afterwards, yeah, it went downhill after this. Yeah, this is the last time I tolerated this show. Afterwards, the show declined after this. Afterwards, the show went downhill after this. So, like, look, this is the last time I tolerated Tom's Tank Engine as a whole, okay? This is the last time, I found Tom's Tank Engine was decent, okay? But afterwards, no, it got worse. It got worse in later seasons. I'm not gonna even talk about those seasons. I'm not gonna even talk about the other seasons of this series. But because, like, look, I might talk about mention it a little bit about this series. I might mention it in a video. I might, like, do a video of it. But, like, look, I mean, every season afterwards after this gets even worse. Every seasons later on get even worse after this, okay? But I might do, like, little, like, video summary of the later seasons, okay? But that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much all I gotta say, really. So, here are my honorable mentions of my favorite episodes of Season 8 of Tom's Tank Engine. And these honorable mentions do not go in any particular order, so let's go. So, my first honorable mention is Too Hot for Thomas. That's an okay one. My second honorable mention is Thomas and the Tuba. That's an alright one. And another honorable mention is Percy's New Whistle. That's an okay one. So, those are my honorable mentions of my favorite episodes of Season 8 of Tom's Tank Engine, and so those were my honorable mentions. Now, here are my top 5 favorite episodes of Season 8 of Tom's Tank Engine, and these top 5 favorite episodes don't go in any particular order, so let's go. So, my number 5 is Henry and the Wishing Tree, and that's an okay one. And my number 4 is Thomas to the Rescue. That's a decent one. And my number 3 is Edward the Great. That's actually a pretty decent one. And my number 2 is Halloween. That's actually a really good one. And my number 1 is Percy and the Magic Carpet, and that's also actually a really good one. So that was my top 5 favorite episodes of Season 8 of Tom's Tank Engine, and that was my top 5 favorite episodes. That's pretty much all I gotta say, really. But yeah, so guys, yeah, no, I got nothing much else to say, but overall, guys, those are my thoughts of Season 8 of Tom's Tank Engine, and those are my thoughts of Season 8 of Tom's Tank Engine. And so guys, I'm Retro Critic, and I'm out. And I'll see you guys next time, and I'll see you guys around, and peace out, and bye.